Alright fellas, welcome back, and it's lesson 4 for this module, which is a spiritual hygiene for investors. And to be honest, this one will be deeply spiritual, so some people that are not entirely into it might seem a bit of funny, so to speak, okay? But listen to this. It doesn't matter if you agree or disagree, if you believe or disbelieve in these things, it still might be beneficial, because even if this lesson leaves a little mark for you, it's already good enough for me, and eventually will become better and better for you. So, number one, your energy affects your financial outcomes. So you have to clean it regularly, okay? Your energy really affects your financial decisions and outcomes. So you can imagine yourself, and especially your current financial situation, as a mirror, as a reflection, what you have outside in terms of the houses, things, material things especially, and what kind of relationship you have with money is the mirror of your inner world. And one of the greatest example is, for example, when people are working a standard job, right? They are driving very average cars, living in a very average apartment, and spending very average money, so to speak. So they are not surrounded by poverty by no means, but at the same time they are not enjoying life. They are not able to give a bit of luxuries, and they're not allowing luxury into their life, right? It's just a pretty standard perspective of living. Usually what you will notice among these people, that the majority of them, not everyone, but the majority of them will be pretty hateful and pretty negative towards people with money, right? People that have a lot of money, that are successful, rich, financially, in a material world as well, and they will usually have this a bit of a negativity towards them. So instead of saying, oh, what a beautiful car, that guy must be successful, smart, whatever, right? Good job, man. They will usually say, oh, this guy is showing off his luxury cars or clothes or restaurant watches, whatever it may be. Yeah, but I mean, if you are leaning towards negativity when it comes to big money, it just shows your inner state, that you are afraid of big money and you cannot handle big money. Simple as that, right? This is the actual truth. People that are hateful and negative towards big money means that they are not able to handle big money. If you go past luxury shops or cars or whatever it may be, something expensive, right? And if you feel a bit of discomfort, you are not feeling comfortable walking by or stepping into a luxury store or anything. It could be like expensive restaurant. If you don't know the manners that you have to do inside all of those things, it means that you cannot handle it. And this is not a bad thing, but you have to acknowledge it and understand it. Okay, so just do this very simple experiment. Go to the most expensive places in your city, country, doesn't matter, right? To the luxury stores, to the cars dealerships, I don't know, restaurants, doesn't matter. Just go somewhere expensive and see how you react, see how you feel. Do you feel comfortable walking in a very expensive perfume store, right? And just trying things out, asking questions, communicating with salespersons, etc. If you feel comfy and you feel good about it, that's already a very good sign. But if you feel a bit of uncomfortable, you are not feeling like trying those things, you are not walking inside with confidence, it shows that you cannot handle big money pressure, so to speak. Like, it's not a pressure, but it's a thing that exists. And it's basically your inner state of that situation. Because if you go to mainstream shops or grocery stores, right? You go in, you do what you have to do, you buy what you have to buy, and you leave, and you feel good about it, right? So it just shows you that your outside world shows what your inside looks like. So the moment you start enjoying and accepting, acknowledging beautiful things around you, luxury is everything. And when you fix those things inside of you, when you are no longer hateful or negative towards money, towards luxuries, and when you just meld that ego part of you, and you are just like, okay, I have what I need. If I need more, I'm gonna have more, and you just accept the flow, then your outer world will also change. It will take some time, but it will happen. Believe it or not, it will happen. And it will happen either to the good or to the bad. If you are constantly negative about money, hateful about people with money, living in nice places, etc., then eventually this will transform from your inner state to the outer state, and you will live beyond, right? Below, so to speak, average. And if you are happy about it, if you are motivated by those people, cars, houses, money, businesses, projects, activities, anything that's above average, so to speak, if you are really happy about it inside, it will happen outside. It's a promise. It's a law. That's how it works, right? But you can't fake it. That's the most important thing. You cannot fake it. You cannot say, oh, what a nice guy with a beautiful car, but deep inside you like, motherfucker. It will not work, right? So you have to be positive towards those persons and that kind of lifestyle deep inside. Yeah. So number 2, meditation clears emotional noise and improves decision clarity. And by meditation, I don't mean those apps like Headspace or Calm or whatever else it may be. By meditation, there is a very simple thing. People don't know how to meditate. People think that listening to some sort of a guided meditation or something is the actual meditation, when in reality it's very, very, very far from it. The real thing is to sit, close your eyes, and look up. And just sit in that position for as long as you can. It will take practice, okay? It will take practice because you will not be able to hold your eyes up for a prolonged period of times, but you will build up this, yeah, step by step. So at first you can do it for 30 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, and eventually you can do it for hours. So the way it works is very simple. You sit calmly, relaxed, your eyes open, and you start to look to the upsides. So basically you turn your eyes up and you try to focus on this area right here. So I mean, you just sit like that and you look up and you just hold that. You hold, and you try to push your eyes up as much as possible. It will not be comfortable at first, but your body will adapt, and then eventually you will enter a meditative state. Simple as that. So that's meditation, right? It's not some sort of a music on your phone saying, relax, it's gonna be okay. That's bullshit. Number 3, breath work helps to reset after stress or losses, okay? And that's a very simple practice, but breath work, once again, it's not some sort of a random thing. Inhale 3 seconds, exhale 5 seconds, do this for a few times, and that's breath work. The only thing that works, basically two things, but those are pretty interconnected. So we all know the Wim Hof method, right? You take a deep breaths in and out for 30 to 40 times, then you hold. That's good, but there is another section of breath work called Soma breath, and Soma breath actually works miracles. It's an amazing thing, right? I cannot share it with you because those audio tracks are copyrighted, but you can buy them from Soma themselves. It's not that expensive, but those things are actually the ones that is life-changing. is life changing when you apply those things. Soma breath. For me, it was absolutely insanity. I mean, when I started doing this a year ago or so, wow, amazing. Really, 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 really worth it. Okay. So Soma breath is the actual breath work. It's pretty similar to Wim Hof. It just involves a bit of a different techniques, so to speak, but it's still based on the actual studied benefits of breath work. Number 4, spending time in nature reconnects you with grounded abundance. That's why we are now moved back to our country from Spain. Spain is not too bad, but I mean, good weather is not enough. People, culture, not for me. So we moved back. The weather is shit here, but we live now near the forest. It's an amazing place. We have a lake and a forest, so it's just so good to be able to walk outside and not be in a busy city center, but be near the nature. So always try to live as close to nature as possible. It's the best remedy for, especially when you have constant financial decisions. So investments, trading, DeFi, everything that is within this category, this niche of investments, you have to live near the nature because it helps to clear up your head massively. It's beautiful how well it works actually. You don't need that much nature when you are just basically working anything besides difficult mental work like investments, probably engineering, maybe planning, drawing, all of those stuff. Then also nature is needed. But if you are not from very difficult mental work, then there is no much studied benefits. Yeah, beside the obvious that you just feel better when you are in nature. But those that work mentally, not physically, nature is absolutely insane place to spend time without any phones, nothing, just walk around and just enjoy life. Number 5, journaling after major wins and losses builds self-awareness and discipline. So I covered journaling before, right? Always write down what's happening. Some people, especially men, will think that it's a bit of a weird to write down how you feel. But if you do that, if you start doing that, you will notice that it's absolutely life-changing experience, right? Especially when you are in DeFi investments, because you are able to read yourself, you're able to understand yourself, which leads to much better financial decisions later on, because you will be like, oh, I remember this feeling. And when I had this feeling before, this and this happened. And over the last 30 days, when this happened, 75% of those situations were not positive. So I should trust my instincts or intuition, whatever it may be, blah, blah, blah. So you have data to work on, okay? Those that don't journal, don't track anything, don't monitor anything, those people are just basically sluggish. They're like, oh, whatever, like just like a liquid. There is nothing. So then they don't have data to work with, right? But if you journal, if you always analyze how you perform, what kind of things you're able to do better, then you will achieve way, way more because you know more about yourself. Number 6, a digital detox keeps you from absorbing collective fear and hype, meaning that don't spend too much time on socials. Okay, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, doesn't matter. Don't spend much time there because unless you do like podcasts and stuff that is really beneficial for you, then keep on doing that. But most people, they tend to scroll and watch and read nonsense stuff that's happening around the world or in their country, whatever, and then they just subconsciously have this idea that everything is based off negativity. And for example, here in our country now, where we moved here just a few days ago, and if you look on socials specifically about this country, everyone is afraid. Wars, some sort of situations. Everyone is like, oh, what's going to happen here? The politics, the government, all of that bullshit, right? And yeah, if you read that stuff, whether you like it or not, you will be affected as well. But if you don't take and give any attention to those things and you skip that, then there is nothing to worry about, right? You're just neutral on all of those things. So don't absorb collective fear or collective hype. If everyone is speaking about, oh, this is going to be amazing, this and that, and you're like, oh yeah, this is going to be amazing, you're also part of that hype group. And it's not good, because you are choosing duality. You are choosing one side or another, when the best thing you can do at all costs, stay neutral, okay? And the same thing applies to the collective fear. If there is some sort of a situation in the markets, everyone is afraid, everyone on Twitter is crying that the market is dumping, it's bad, everything is red, and everyone is now going to work at McDonald's, right? If you read only that for an hour or two, you will have this bias as well, right? So try to do a very regular digital detoxes, where you can use your phone, no problem, but just don't read and don't let those things affect you. Just don't use the socials, so to speak. Don't scroll endlessly, watch every single video, photo, text, post, doesn't matter. Just try to avoid that. If you need to use your phone for something, do it, like, I don't know, music, calls, whatever, but don't use the socials regularly. Do it at least once a week, maybe 2 times a week, okay? Just for the whole day, or at least, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours. Give yourself a break from all the social nonsense. Number 7, fasting, cold showers, and physical discipline sharpen your inner power. Because it's not because when you fast or you go to the cold exposure, you get only the health benefits, right? Yes, you do. Physically, you get the health benefits, but also the inner self gains discipline, right? You get so much more based on the discipline and motivation by fasting, by doing cold showers, by going to the gym, or I don't know, doing something for extended period of time that you said you're gonna do. It really sharpens your inner power, because you feel good about yourself. When you feel good about yourself, you feel good about others, and when you feel good about others, others will feel good about you. So this is how it works. Once again, you want to master the inner side first, so the outer world can shift based on your inner vibration. So when you start changing yourself from the inside, right, then the outside will catch up and will change as well. And some people might not even notice that a year ago they used to live bullshit lives, and now they're living amazing lives, and they will be like, oh yeah, because I made this decision and that decision and this and that. But guess what? Why you made those decisions? Because at first you changed something here, and then it manifested outside. Simple as that. Number 8, protect your energy. Not every DeFi space or person carries clean intention. So when you're buying stuff, especially like courses, programs, books, etc., try to feel the vibe of the whole thing first, right? Just try to get the idea what's behind that person, that book, that program, that course, whatever it may be, right? What's behind? Because I believe that you can definitely feel my genuine authenticity and wanting to help, right? Where a lot of people will sell you bullshit courses because they have to make money, and they are not making money from what they teach you, right? And this is the most common thing when it comes to trading courses. Every single trader will have a course, right? I know 2 people in this planet that are an actual traders, and they are not selling anything. They're just living their life, making a lot of money from the markets, right? But if there is a trader and the trader is selling courses, especially the BS ones, just a course on, oh yeah, this is my strategy, the guy is not making as much as he shows, and he is just trying to make up for it by selling a course. They will call it some sort of a mastermind, and when you ask them why you sell the course, they will usually say it's because I just want to share my knowledge. But in most cases, they don't have the knowledge at first place, and they're not making as much as they claim to be making, and this is why they are selling the course. So you always have to feel the vibe behind that project that you are getting involved. Okay, people, spaces, accounts, everything has a vibe, some sort of a frequency. So you must always, first, before you act, you have to get a vibe of it. Scroll through the things, watch the videos that are available online, maybe try to read some stuff, see some stuff, just feel some stuff, rather than acting based on what you read on the page. Try to feel if what you read and what you see is genuine, right? And if you feel that the vibe is good between you and that person, then join that program. But if you feel that something is off and you're not fully sure, your intuition will guide you on this one, then just skip and find something that feels genuine for you. Some people love buying scammy courses, yeah, some people love it, but most people hate it. So it's just up to you. Rather than believing everything that's on the screen, try to feel the vibe, and if you feel good, go for it. If you feel bad, skip. Okay, protect your energy. Don't let someone else fully influence you, right? I can help you in a way, but I can't tell you exactly what to do. You have to feel if what I share works for you. So you can try it, you can test it, but you shouldn't blindly follow it, right? You should feel how it works for you, and if you get a good vibe out of it. If not, skip it. Number 9, celebrate other success to expand your frequency of abundance. This is why I say always on the Achievements Hub, share your wins. It doesn't matter how small. It doesn't matter if you made $50, $5, or 50 million. Share it. Let others cheer you up. Comment under others' posts that are posting some sort of a win. Cheer them up, right? Always, not necessarily in DeFi House, in life as well. Celebrate others' success. If your friend calls you and he's like, oh, I just bought this new car, celebrate with him. Cheer him up rather than get jealous or something, right? If something good happens to others, cheer them up, because this will increase your own frequency of abundance. Even if you don't believe in these things, right? It's still gonna happen. It's still happening behind the scenes, so to speak, behind this physical, touchable realm. All of these things are happening, and I saw that through multiple crazy journeys, using certain things. It's insane when you actually see those things. So it's just it's a very powerful idea. Celebrate for others when something good happens. Never get jealous, never. And number 10, integrate body, your physical avatar, your mind, and your spirit, your soul, because your external wealth, just to summarize everything, mirrors your inner balance, as I just said in the beginning of the video. So everything you have externally, starting from your phone, computer, house, car, people around you, your wife or whatever, your anything, your pets, your parents, your vibe, your relationship with parents or your friends, your job, your financial situation, everything you have around yourself is just the mirror of who you are inside. And if you think that you live a bullshit life, start working not externally, buying better things or getting in debt just to look cool. Try to be cool inside first, and then with time, all the external will shift and change, and you will notice an incredible change of life quality, just based on and working on your inner self rather than trying to get better things externally by pushing through it, even if you don't feel deserving it. If you sit in a nice car and you feel weird about it, it's not up to your frequency. Simple as that. The same thing if someone successful is meeting some sort of a random guy that collects Pokemons. There is a difference in frequency, so that guy will have nothing to talk about with each other. There is nothing to talk about, right? That's why successful people speak with other successful people, not because they are egoistic about it, but because it's just there is a very good indication on the levels of frequency. So if you are here, there is someone here, not from the ego perspective, but just the general life frequency. There is no way that you're gonna have lots of topics in common. You might meet, you might talk, but it will not be long-term sustainable because the levels are so different. The same thing is as you would meet a homeless person that is always drunk and always on drugs. You are here, he is here, right? So there is no topic. You might actually say to him, oh, here is €5. Why are you homeless? And he will answer you some sort of a story of his life. That's it. There is not much to talk about. But those homeless people on the same level will always have to talk about many things throughout the day. Just like you and your colleagues or someone around your circle, your close friends, you will always have something to talk about because you are on the same or similar frequencies. Simple as that. So once you start changing your inner self and going from here to here to here to here to here, everything you have around you will also go from here to here to here to here. That's it. So that's lesson 4. And thank you for watching and listening, and I will see you on the next one.